lipstick ninjas, welcome back to Chai Time with Meesha. Today on the menu we are continuing with reviews of liquid lipsticks. Almost every brand out there, whether it be drugstore, high-end, intermediate end, super high-end, I feel like they are coming out with liquid lipsticks. Today we are going to be reviewing liquid lipsticks from the Balm Cosmetics. I kept them in, okay, let me get myself situated here. I kept them in their packaging because aren't they adorable? I love the packaging of the Balm Cosmetics. Usually I begin my reviews with swatching for you guys, but today I am going to start out with the packaging. I may get my eras wrong here, guys, so don't make fun of me, but I want to say this reminds me of the 50s or 20s American classic diner scene, like the boy and the girl sipping from the same drink but two straws, because one straw would be too scandalous. Packaging is adorable, but I do want to note the more you use these liquid lipsticks and pump out the liquid, the more it settles on the outer rim of the top of the tube. Anyway, I have 4 colors to share with you today. I am going to be reviewing these individually after swatching them and then just wrap up with my final thoughts for you guys. The reason I'm going to do that is because my review varies from color to color with this collection. Now, the good thing is that I picked up a color that was kind of from each category. Like, I have a deep vampy fall shade here. I have a bright corally shade here, a perfect summertime color, and then I have 2 nude neutral shades. So we have a light pinky nude, and then we have a deeper mauve rosy nude. So let's get started. Here are swatches of the 4 shades when they are first applied and wet. And here are the shades once they have set and dried down to a matte finish. First up, we have Committed. I've applied 1 layer here, and then I'm going to let that set. Now doing a weird happy dance while it dries. And now I'm going in and applying a 2nd layer. Here I'm modeling the color while it's still wet. Here I'm showing the color once it's set and matte. It is a warm-toned pinky nude shade with a significant amount of pink in it. So for those of you looking for a nude that has more pink than leaning to brown or to beige, Committed is a nice option. However, the formula on Committed is a little hard to commit to because as you saw in my application, I did layer it twice, and I still feel that application with Committed is a bit tricky. It settles into my lip lines. It emphasizes lines that normally, liquid lipsticks just emphasize lines on my lips that I didn't realize existed, but Committed is one of those shades. It could be because it is a lighter shade, but one layer was sheer for me, I would say. And then adding another layer, of course, made it opaque, didn't make it look patchy, but at the same time, once it set, it started settling into my lines and gave a very, very matte, almost dry appearance. So let's do a kiss test. Wow, look at that, no transfer. But what I realized is when I did the Dose of Colors review for you guys, I mentioned in that, or at least I hope I mentioned, that with the kiss test there was no transfer, but when I was drinking coffee there was a little bit on the cup. So let's pretend I'm drinking, and wow, you guys, no I see a little like granular bits, and the more I keep drinking, the more little grainy bits are coming, but it's still better than a traditional lipstick that would be all over the cup right now. The second shade is Charming. Here I'm modeling the color while it's still wet. Here I'm showing the color once it is set and matte. And Charming is like the Prince Charming of this whole collection. It has swept me away. I hope you guys aren't tired of my cheesy puns, but I really, really like this color. I will tell you up front, this color performed the best out of all the 4 shades that I'm showing you today. Oh my god, you guys, once Charming sets down on your lips, oh gosh, it looks stunning. I don't know if this is something you guys notice about liquid lipsticks. Sometimes when you apply a certain color, you're like, what's special about this? But once it sets into that velvety matte finish, these like birds start chirping and flowers blossom, and you realize, oh my god, what is this velvety beauty goodness on my lips? That's why people love liquid lipsticks. You want to, you want to get that velvety matte appearance without it looking dry and making you look parched and dehydrated and seeing all these lip lines and then trying to find a anti-aging serum for your lips. Yeah, it just spirals into something then. But anyway, this color does not exaggerate your lip lines. It doesn't make your lips look dry. Oh my gosh. And even in terms of longevity, this one wears the best. I don't need to layer this twice. It just applies beautifully. The color is beautiful, right on trend, dare I say unique. Of course, it's the mauve-y, rosy, brown nude that is so trendy right now, but this is still different from Kat Von D's Lolita, or Anastasia Beverly Hills Veronica, or NYX's Soft Spoken. This is a shade of its own. Sure, it's in the same color range, but this one is a keeper. Third shade is Honest. Here I'm applying one layer. Now I'm going in and applying a second layer. Here I'm modeling the color while it's still wet. Here I'm modeling the color once it's dry, set, and matte. If speaking about the color alone is such a gorgeous, can I say gorgeous again? Bright orange coral shade. It is such a nice, bright papaya sort of shade. But unfortunately, this was the toughest of the 4 I tried to apply. It's difficult application. I layered it twice, as you guys saw in my application, and even though I waited a few seconds before applying my second layer, when I did apply my second layer, the product from the first layer moved around. So these definitely have a thinner consistency. The last shade is called Adoring. Adoring is another shade that required 2 layers. So I applied one layer and then let it set for a few seconds before applying a second layer. Here I'm showing Adoring while it's still wet. And here I'm showing Adoring once it has dried down and set into a matte finish. Well, now that we have seen the colors and I have individually reviewed their application and formula for you guys, I'm just gonna recap and share my final thoughts. First, I want to suggest for you guys the 2 must-have shades. Charming, number 1, and number 2, Adoring, the one that I have on right now. Now, those 2 are must-haves, but Committed, depending on the texture of your lips and how well you can tolerate a very matte formula, may or may not work for you. I don't completely want to discard this shade. It is a beautiful shade, very work appropriate and subtle. For me, it was very close to my natural lip color, and again, its formula didn't work for me, so I personally don't favor this one, but I still don't want to completely dismiss it. Honest, you guys know I love anything orange. Give me anything orange. Right now I'm on a pumpkin spice kind of orange kick. I think part of me likes it because it has a bit of orange in it, but unfortunately I really can't recommend this one because it was the driest as far as formula goes. I think as far as the dryness goes, this and Committed come pretty close to each other, and then this one just didn't apply well even with a second layer on. For instance, for Adoring, I did have to layer it on twice, just because I felt like the first layer was sheer, so I added a second layer to really deepen up the color and to make it look more evened out on my lips. Secondly, these retail for $17. They are available at both the Balm Cosmetics website as well as the Kohl's website and in your local Kohl's stores. I don't know if every Kohl's location now has Prestige, but I think a majority of them do. The good thing about buying these at Kohl's, don't worry, I'm not sponsored by Kohl's but the good thing about getting these at Kohl's is that you can earn reward points and you can earn Kohl's cash, but you can also use the reward points and Kohl's cash on the Prestige makeup there. You can't use their percent off coupons like 15 to 30%. You can't use that on Prestige makeup, but you can fortunately use Kohl's cash. I hope they don't change that ever. Now let's talk about the scent. These smell like any mint chocolate chip thing that you can think of. That's what they smell like. The scent goes away. Like I can't smell it right now as I'm wearing the liquid lipstick, but when I'm applying it and when you first open the tube, you do get that like mint chocolate chip ice cream sort of scent. I do want to note though that if you are someone who doesn't like a lot of peppermint scent or minty scent or flavor to their lip products, don't worry. These are not going to feel tingly. They're not going to feel minty. I didn't feel that cooling sensation. So don't associate the mint chocolate chip scent to be like, for instance, the Buxom lip polishes or lip glosses. It's not like that. As far as the staying power and longevity goes, we did a kiss test with Committed. Let's do a kiss test right now with Adoring. Adoring does transfer a bit, but I will say it's because this one takes the longest time to set on your lips. I wore this one time like from 5 in the evening to close to 12:30 in the night. I ate 2 meals. I drank water, drank tea, of course using a straw, and still stayed there. Now if I had had something really oily or really greasy, it may then have broken down more, but I was kind of eating like drier stuff. I like looked closely, the inner rim was showing through, but it wasn't unsightly. It had come off a little bit in the corners, but again it didn't completely wipe off. That is quite remarkable. An average lipstick will last on your lips for 4 hours or completely disappear if you consume food. So I thought that it performed well. Previously I wore Charming, and again it also stayed on for a good amount of time. Now, Honest and Committed, they already appear very dry on my lips and slightly uneven and sink into my lip lines. So I feel that just with eating they even look more displeasing. Based upon my experience with these liquid lipsticks, I do think that they have good staying power. They are comfortable, but 2 of the shades, Honest and Committed, just did not look okay. My lips felt dry and they looked dry, but with Adoring and Charming, I just am really happy with them. I plan on wearing them a lot. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, if you found it helpful and entertaining, please make sure to like and share it with your friends and family. And Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Until next time, take care. Bye.